Speaking out of an advanced manual, Marina has finished all 10 of her speeches from the Competent Communicator Manual, and she has chosen to start doing some work out of the Humorously Speaking Manual. She will be doing speech 3 out of the Humorously Speaking Manual, which will be 7 to 10 minutes. My apologies, I put 2 to 3 minutes on there, Sanjay. It is 7 to 10 minutes. The title of the speech is Just Get Over It. Just Get Over It. Marina Romashka. Marina Romashka.
Madam Toastmaster, fellow members, and welcome guests. A few years ago, if any of my friends would try to correct my English, I would impolitely told them if I needed a tutor, I would hire one, and they were not hired. Obviously, I didn't take criticism lightly, and it's still work in progress. And in 2009, when I started my own business, and I couldn't hide anymore in my cubicle, and my job wasn't a lot of Excel reports, and I had to talk to people, I was forced to improve on my speaking. And one of the things I've done, I joined Bryant Park Toastmasters. After half a year of coming, as a lot of guests know here, it takes time to become a member, and given my first icebreaker, where I can say that all of my gray hair, it's pretty much result of my first public speaking. I got better, and I become more confident. And then as a journey of Toastmasters, I supposed to be a speech evaluator for Camp Padro. And it's a little bit scary, but I was prepared. I was at the meeting prior, couple minutes before, and Jeremy Courage asked me, so what is your role today? And he said, I'm going to evaluate Camp Padro. And he started smiling. He said, Marina, you're adorable. You cannot pronounce evaluate. As much as I agreed with Jeremy that I'm adorable, I was in panic. I ran to ladies' room, and I decided I'm going to do some breathing exercise because I'm going to speak in front of 30 people, try to evaluate most advanced speaker, and I cannot pronounce the word. Kim Guerrero, then our president of the club, she was in the ladies' room, and she tried to help me. But trust me, nothing could help me. No breathing, no Kim, nobody. I was panicked. So as meeting started, I was just sitting there and I'm wondering what I'm going to do. I actually remembered one trick from David Sedaris. Anybody know David Sedaris? He's an amazing, funny guy who's a really famous writer. When he was a kid, he had a speech impediment. He couldn't pronounce S. So what he did when his speech therapist told him to say yes, he would say correct. When she would ask him to say rivers, he would say a 1 or 2 river. So he wouldn't say anything with S. So that's what I decided to do. I started thinking, how can I say word evaluate without saying it? And I come up with a feedback. And that's what I did. I gave a feedback to Camp Padro. He actually still remembers the feedback I gave him a year ago. So as I stretched my fear of making mistakes in English publicly, I signed up for improv. So I become a part of Improvolution. It's a local improv school where you take 8-week classes and then you have a school show. The way school show works, usually we have like 50 to 70 people. An instructor would call 2 people, 2 students on the stage, and then the audience will scream some suggestion for a sketch. So you never prepare. You have no clue what they're going to scream. So the fear I had about improv, forget about that they won't understand me. The fear was I won't understand what they say. And then me and my partner Anthony were standing and pretending that we're relaxed and waiting for audience to scream. And that it happened. I was standing there and I had no clue what I'm supposed to do. So I turned to my partner, leaned to him, and I said, "What are we doing?" He hugged me and he said, "Adam and Eve." Actually, it's ended up being one of the best sketches from whole school theater, which I didn't expect. And what I've learned from improv is that no matter what can happen, I will handle it and I'll figure it out. So eventually, what else I started doing in terms of public speaking, it's actually forced me, because of my business, I started doing a lot of business presentations. And one of the presentations, it was 30 people, very serious, a lot of business suits. So I prepared, it took me whole months. I put everything what I've learned in Toastmaster. I practiced in front of the mirror. I practiced my 4 seconds eye contact. I smiled. I was relaxed. My presentation was printed on very expensive paper. I looked as a VP from investment banking, not just a small business owner. Seriously, I've never been so prepared. And yes, the presentation went amazing. I got some business. And actually, the president of the club, he was an ex-Toastmaster. So I came to him and I said, "I would really appreciate your feedback." And he said, "You did unbelievable job." And he went on and on and on. I'm like, okay, so where is the feedback, really? And then he said, "Just one little thing. You know your company name, Be Idea Leader." I said, "Yes. It's kind of missing an article. It actually should be an idea leader." Did I want to disappear at that moment? Yes. Do I hate articles? Yes. I did have to change pretty much my logo, my website, my old stationery, everything. It took me some while. But I get over it, and I do have a business, and it's actually very successful. And what I understood in my journey that if I didn't take on a journey of being okay with making mistakes, I wouldn't be able to improve. And I still mispronounce a lot of words. I still cannot pronounce some people's names. And the sound th, it's pain in the neck. I still cannot pronounce it. It's just impossible. But I know one thing. What I've learned from improv, Toastmasters, and a lot of business presentation, that not only I become a better speaker, but I stop taking myself too seriously. And if you have any fears of doing anything because you are afraid of making mistakes, just get over it and do it. Madam Toastmaster.